Lauren Conrad, we remember her from, The Hills, and what was she in there before that? What was
Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach.
I know.
She's got a new book out called LA Candy. She's a writer, always wanted to be one. She's doing what she loves now. It's in stores if you want to go and check it out. We've got her on the phone to take us through it.
Hi, Lauren.
It's our own book club. Hey, babe. How are you?
How are you?
Oh, good. I had no idea that you were a writer, and then this book came out. I'm just about to start reading it, actually. It's a fiction. It's not based on your life, is it?
No, it's a fictional novel, so it's all made-up people and made-up situations, but it's inspired by, obviously, it's very similar, just, the kind of things that I went through.
Have you taken life situations that you've been in and just swapped the names? Like, will there be people out there that go, hang on, this reminds me of the story that happened to me?
No, you know what, actually, I purposely stayed away from that just because, that's the reason why I wrote a fictional story. I didn't want to write one, that was too true to life because you don't want to tell other people's stories.
Well, is there ever a time, do you think, that you would write a biography?
I don't think so, no.
Is it too much? There's probably a lot you could tell that we don't know.
I'd love to hear that stuff.
I know, I would too, Lauren. But is it a case of...
You hear a lot of things kind of similar to things that people just never heard about. So anything that, is very similar to the stories that are in the book are things that people wouldn't have known about anyways.
Now, obviously, you've left the hills. How's that going? Do you love life now that you don't have cameras following you around?
I kind of do, yeah. It's been great.
How often would they get in your face? Like, we watch it. We loved all the shows you've been on. We're big fans of it.
Yeah.
And, that's obviously special to you because people were interested in your life and what was going on with all your friends at the time. How often were those cameras in your face, though? Is it a 7-day-a-week, all-day situation? Or run us through that.
No, it's not. It's usually during the week. We get weekends off to kind of do our own thing. But it was usually anywhere from 4 or 5 days. Some days it was only 3 days a week. And they could be with you from early in the morning till 3 o'clock the next morning. So it depended.
When you left, was there a part of you that thought, I hope I don't regret this?
There was a part of me that was worried I would miss all the people that I had become attached to along the way, as far as my producers and, the crew members we worked with and my friends who still did the show. That was the only part. I definitely knew I was done with the whole filming process.
Does that mean, though, that you now have to stay away from those friends for a good chunk of the year because they are going to still continue filming The Hills, aren't they? Which means that if they're going out and having a party because you don't want to be on The Hills anymore, you can't go to that party? Is that how it works?
If that situation came up, yeah, but it hasn't really been an issue yet just because I'm only friends with a couple of people on the show and, Lo's still on the show, but I live with her and I still see Stephanie from time to time and it hasn't really been a problem yet.
Have you and Audrina, you kind of were falling out, not falling out, but you were going your separate ways almost towards the end of that show, so do you... Kind
of, I think the thing we had in common was the show. So when that went away, we didn't really have much.
I've got to tell you, there is a one of those comedians. I can't remember whether it's Ben Stiller or Adam Sandler. Their wife looks similar to you, but 10 years older. Have you seen her? Have you met her?
Yeah. Oh, I've never met her, but I actually get that a lot.
I bet you she gets, oh my God, you look like LC but much older, and I reckon she'd be really pissed off with that.
I think she looks pretty good for her age. I don't think she's that old. That's a compliment.
Yeah. And when did you find out about Kristin Cavallari coming on as the new you on The Hills?
I knew for a while. I don't think it wasn't meant to be so much a replacement as just, adding something new.
Yeah.
But I knew for a while. The producers actually asked me very early on. They asked my opinion on it and if I thought it was a good idea. And I think that she definitely will make things interesting. So I supported it.
You supported it. Oh, that's good to hear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, are you single at the moment, or what's the dating status?
I'm not single now.
No.
You're not single?
And you want to keep that part private, don't you? I know you deliberately didn't show that on The Hills.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think that reality television and relationships mix. when you have a relationship, you got to keep that to yourself because you've got your own problems, and you deal with it that way, and you're just happier. So it was a lesson I had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
What about that massive tool squeezer, Spencer? I know you don't get on that well with him. He does not. Does Heidi? Has she never watched an episode of the show where she sees him out flirting with chicks and sees what we all see in him?
I don't know. I guess love is blind.
There was a big moment on the Hills, obviously, where he called you. I was amazed to hear that was fake and that he kind of just left it as a voicemail, and you didn't actually speak to each other, did you?
No, we didn't. And that was just one situation where it came on, and I said, you know what, guys, that I wasn't on that phone call, so you can't show it that way, and they did. And I said, well, if you show it, I'm not going to lie to people and say I was on it. So they chose to show it anyways.
There you go.
They edited it up very well.
They edited it to look like you guys were talking to each other, but obviously you weren't. Look, stick around. We're going to talk to Lauren a little bit more next.
Kyle and Jackie O, podcasting now.
Lauren Conrad on the air. She's got a brand new book. It's called LA Candy. It's in shops right now. She's written it. She's given up the TV thing, going into the writing thing. That's what your true love is, isn't it? That's what you've always
writing
wanted to do.
Writing and fashion.
Well, yeah, I think fashion's always been my number one, but I've always loved writing. Never really had the confidence to pursue it as a career in any way until, about a year and a half ago, started talking to HarperCollins and came up with the concept for the book. And it was great. It was a really great experience, and I'm glad I did it.
All right, we're going to play a little game with you, Lauren, called Lauren's Candy Shop. You just have to say whether you love it or you hate it, and I'm going to give you a few things that you can bounce off here.
Okay, go.
So, Robert Pattinson in Twilight, love it or hate it?
I kind of love him because
he's so gorgeous. Okay, Twitter, love or hate it?
I love it, as long as you don't get too into it. Like, some people will do it every 5 minutes, but if you Twitter responsibly, I like it.
You do. I've been following you on there.
Brad Pitt getting back with Jen. Do you love that idea or hate it?
I don't think it's going to happen, so.
If it did happen, would you be for it or against it?
No, I would probably be against it. I think there's too much has happened there.
Yeah, I think so too. Kristin Cavallari joining the Hills.
I'm undecided. I haven't seen the next season.
Yeah,
so
me too.
stay tuned.
Yeah. Heidi and Spencer getting married.
I think no opinion there is best.
I was hoping you would say hate it. I think that means hate it anyway.
Okay, Zac Efron shirtless. You love that or hate it?
I don't think anyone can hate that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, even a man likes it. It's weird.
Plastic surgery. Lauren, do you love it or hate it?
It depends. I think a minor one, when it's really necessary and you're a little bit older, I don't mind. And if you've done really well and tastefully, young and unnecessary, I hate it.
Okay.
Yeah. What about that old cat lady that looks like a cat?
The cat woman.
No, that I hate. I'm talking about like just a small thing done.
Yeah.
Just upkeep.
Upkeep. Paris Hilton breaking up with Doug from the Hills.
I don't really know anything about it, so I can't really say.
Say love it.
I don't love or hate it so much.
Okay. Kate Walsh impersonating you. I didn't see that. Did you see it?
I did. I went and saw it live, and I loved it. She was so cool.
Love it. Eminem's new album. Have you heard it?
I've only heard the 2 songs, and I really love those. So.
Love it. And lastly, Perez Hilton's Gossip. Love it or hate it?
I kind of hate it because I think that he's mean and he doesn't need to be.
Yeah, and that whole... Did you watch the video in response to the Will.i.am sort of
punch in the head?
I didn't, but I heard he was like upset and crying in a hotel room.
You should watch it. It goes on for a long time.
I can't encourage it.
Yeah,
anyone that's ever been caned by Perez Hilton, I think, loves it. Yeah. And the rest of us who just watch it, I think we love it.
Enjoy
That's
it.
the way it works. Hey, Elsie, nice to talk to you, doll. The new book, LA Candy, it's in stores right now. Good read. You should go and grab a copy. Nice to talk to you. We'll talk to you again, babe.
Thanks, Lauren.
We love watching the Hills. We love watching the City as well. Season 1, just for you crazy City fans. Hi, Whitney.
Hi, Whitney.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Very good. Oh, listen to her.
You heard all that?
I did. I caught you guys.
And have you got a man in your life now?
I don't.
Why not?
Unfortunately, I'm not really sure. Honestly, right now, I'm okay without it in my life.
Do you still watch The Hills,
really
or
fun
did you decide not to watch that anymore now that you've left it?
I do watch it. I do. I still feel like I'm part of that whole family, so I'd like to support it.
What about Spencer and Heidi? Now, I'm in America now. I'm in Los Angeles. I've been watching these guys on TV. Everyone's always making fun of them. Everyone's teasing them. Everyone says everyone hates them. Spencer seems to love it.
Yeah.
Heidi seems quite sweet. What are they really like? Is there a part of them that we don't know about?
They are exactly who you see, to be perfectly honest. Every time I'm around them, I mean, they're nothing but nice, honestly. I've never had an issue with them, but they are very out there and crazy and want the fame, and they're not afraid to show it, you know?
There were rumours going around, Whitney, that you were probably or possibly dating Leonardo DiCaprio. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, that was not true. I had met him one night, but I was definitely not dating him. Yeah, I'm not really sure where that one came from.
Did you did you sleep with him and then just never ring him back or something, or did you just
No, it was just
I
me.
didn't. That is totally not my type. As handsome and charming as he is, I would not do that.
Now, talking of handsome and charming, remember Jay Lyon? You went out with him for a while. He was an Aussie guy.
But obviously things ended with you pretty badly. He cheated on you, and he's now off the show. He no longer has a part in it. And I know, you were pretty heartbroken over that.
Well, look, just to make things just a little bit more awkward, we thought we'd get Jay on the phone. And here he is. Jay, Whitney, Jay. You guys remember each other, obviously.
Oh, my God.
Are you there, Jay?
Is he here right now?
Say hi to Whitney, your ex.
Hey. Hi. What are you doing?
How are you, darling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's cold in New York. How's LA?
It's really sunny. It's like 75 degrees right now. You'd love it. This is really weird. I feel like we're having a phone conversation and other people are tapped in.
No, we're not listening to anything. You guys be as romantic as you want. We're not listening to anything.
Is this awkward? Because you two are ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. When was the last time you two saw each other, Jay?
Probably a month ago, right?
Yeah, the last time we saw each other, I think, was out somewhere. But we spoke like a week ago. We just had a little catch up like a week ago.
Do you guys still sleep with each other?
Oh my God! You guys hold nothing back, do you?
Just wondering, like while you're both here, I thought I might as well ask you.
I wish, mate. I wish.
Nice.
What happened with you guys? Why did it end?
Do you want to take that one, or do you want me to?
Yeah, no, I mean, we can both weigh in. Basically, it was just kind of like a very amicable end to a relationship. I think that we were just going in different directions and had a lot of different things going on in our lives, and they just weren't meshing at the moment. But, right, Jay? Were we on the same page here?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that and, having like the cameras and the crew and the producers in each other's ears all the time, it was just kind of, it was a tough situation.
Do you still love her, Jay? Do you want her back?
Oh.
I think we've moved on in that part of our lives, but they're definitely good friends.
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
For a second, I think I'm Dr. Phil there. I should just leave you guys be. The friendship's obviously tight, and that's really something to be respected.
So we're trying to catch up here, Carl. Give us some time.
I know.
Well, look, Jay, thanks for popping on. We'll let you two chat off the air. Whitney Port, The City, Season 1, available right now on DVD. We love your show, Whitney. Jay, we love seeing you on there. The more you're on there, the better. Whitney, keep doing what you do, darling. Everyone loves what you're doing.
Thanks, guys.
We are chatting with Kristin Cavallari.
So I have to ask you, Kristin, are those rumours true about Heidi and Spencer splitting?
I personally don't think so.
Yeah, because she'll never leave him, right?
Well, that's the thing. It's like everything they do, I feel like, is just for publicity. So who knows?
But in this season 6, because I was overseas watching it in America, and Spencer, he frightens me. I reckon he's gone really crazy. You don't think that's for the cameras, do you? I mean, you guys are actually concerned about how crazy
I am too. I've seen pictures of him in the magazines, and I've discussed it with Jackie and said there's a thing in his eyes that
really
worries
bad.
me.
Yeah, it is pretty scary. It's scary, and it's also really sad. He actually got kicked off the show because of his anger. So he's been done filming for a while. But yeah, it's and I've known him for so long. So just to kind of see what's happened is really just breaks my heart.
Do you ever keep in I know you guys tried to tell Heidi to get out of that relationship, and it wasn't good for her. But have you spoken to her much since then, or do you feel like it's a lost cause now?
No, she changed her number so no one can get a hold of her.
That's it. And
you know what I love about The Hills, Jackie? It's like, so I love CSI as well, but I could never bring up Horatio and have a real discussion about the plot that's going on the show. No. That's what I love about The Hills.
Yeah, you can actually talk. It's real life for them.
It's not a script writer. Like, these kids are living this thing.
Well,
and
yeah, exactly.
You're doing good too. What do you got planned after the season finishes?
Well, I really want to start producing. I have some reality show ideas that I've been talking to people about, and hopefully by then I'll have them, up and running. But yeah, I mean, I want to, keep acting, but really my heart's with producing right now. Just going back to The Hills, I've realized how much I love the magic that goes into all of it. So
right,
hopefully I'll be doing that.
You prefer to be behind the scenes with these reality shows, or are you going to be a part of them as well as produce?
I don't know. I love being in front of the camera, but I think right now it might be nice to take a break and be behind the camera for a bit.
Why would you take a break when you're at your hottest?
True.
Get it out. Work
maybe
it. Do this in your 40s when you're do this in your 40s when you're like, okay, it's time to step back.
That's true.
Now, is this definitely the finale of The Hills, or do you think it's possible that people will come back for a 7th season?
Anything is possible, but I really do. It's the last season.
Why?
We're all planning for it to be. So
why is everyone so adamant that it should end?
Well, it's funny because I feel like this season it's pretty good. We have a lot of juicy stuff, but we want to go out on top. We want to go out with a bang, and everyone's been doing it for so long. Everyone's just kind of antsy and ready to move on. And there's only so much like Brody and me and Justin, Bobby, and Adrena stuff that you can do.
Yeah. What is the deal with you and Brody? On screen, it looks like you like him. Again, do you really, or what's that all about?
Well, Brody and I, we have great chemistry, and when we're together, I think that, we're like magnets. We're just kind of drawn to each other. Yep. But I don't think that I could ever really be in another serious relationship with him. I think that that's done. But we're great friends, and it's been a ton of fun filming with him, but I think that that's kind of where it's going to end.
Are you looking, though, for serious relationship, or are you still happy to bounce around and have a bit of fun and, meet this person, meet that person? What do you want?
You know what? I'm ready for a relationship. I really am. I've been single for so freaking long. It's been like 2.5 years now, so I'm ready.
And what are you really looking for? Because like a lot of women say they look for this, they look for that. Like, what is important to you after you're dating these guys and realizing you like a bit of this, but you don't like that about this one and that one? What do you look for?
Well, I like a guy who doesn't take life too seriously and who can just kind of, roll with the punches and can make me laugh, but more importantly, laugh at himself. Yeah. And just. But I also like a guy with drive and ambition and who has goals for themselves because it's, in LA you meet a lot of guys who don't even work, so.
Right.
Well,
that's kind of a big thing for me.
Mooching.
How do they live not being able to work, though? How do they survive?
I guess their parents, or there's a lot of guys who have like 5 roommates.
Yeah,
right. Just getting by.
That's it.
It's not really a good sell line when you take a girl home and you've got 5 roommates in a 2-bedroom apartment. That's always a bit.
There's like dishes and the kitchen's just a mess. You're like, oh
nice.
So, Kristin, is there anything? I know you guys have got about a month left of filming. Do you know how it's going to end? Can you see where it's all heading?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to really say. Yeah, we all sat down and kind of talked about it. I think that, MTV's being nice enough to kind of want to, leave everyone on a high note and hopefully kind of close a lot of stories. But, who knows? In a month, a lot of stuff can change. So
Could there possibly be a movie of The Hills?
Yeah, I heard that too.
I know, I heard that too. And
after this whole Sex and the City thing, like a lot of TV shows can end and have movies. I'd love to see that.
Really? See, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It's hard. I feel like we should almost just kind of leave it as it is. You know, I mean,
Yeah, but, like, you
it's
need-
a
That's what they.
great show.
That's what they said for Sex and the City, though. And look at
this
them.
is what
They did
this is
say
what
that, you're
everyone-
right.
This is what everyone does wrong. All the stars, whether they're actors or the cast members, whatever, they think it's really about them. But like, what about all the fans that like we've loved it for 6 years or whatever it is? And
Yeah, no, I
sometimes
absolutely
you've got to
agree
do
with that.
something. You've got to just do it for us.
the way it's
Well,
gotta
nice
be.
to talk to you, everyone. If you want to see it, season 6 of The Hills, 9:30 on MTV on June 15. Nice to chat, hun.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen.
Thank you.